Do you have this experience? If you have multiple children, I'm willing to bet that you do, where the children don't necessarily use all of the gifts that they have to encourage each other and build each other up, but they use the special mental abilities and their giftedness with words to trash each other. How can we enter into those kind of situations and try to make a difference? I think one of the biggest ways is, first, what are we doing? How are we using our words in the way that God has gifted us? Are we modeling for them what it looks like to be someone who is just very willing to encourage everywhere we go? Not in a foolish kind of way, but calling out real good things about other people and making sure that those things not only don't go unnoticed, but that they go, in some sense, broadcast. So maybe the first place to start thinking about this is, are you doing that with your spouse or the other people in your world, your own family of origin? Do they know that you value those people in your life? Do they know why you value those people in your life? It's one thing to notice what you like about your spouse, your close friends. It's another thing that other people know what you value and what you like. And that only happens when you take the words that God's given you and you put them out in the open. So are you modeling that with spouse and friends? Are you modeling that with the kids themselves? I tend to come into my family a little bit too critical, a lot too critical. I'm very good at catching people doing things wrong. There have been a number of times where I have realized that I'm kind of in one of those modes where for days, weeks, I've just been critical, one thing after another. And I've made myself stop and put a little phrase in my head and said to myself, it's time now to go find somebody doing something good. I need to catch someone doing something right. And then very intentionally walking around the house and just noticing what people are doing. It doesn't even have to be very big. Oh, look, you brushed your teeth without anybody being told. You actually got yourself ready for bed. You cleaned up your place off the table after dinner. Just something that says, I see that you're not simply a collection of irritating things. And not only do I see it, but I want you to know that I see it. That's very, very important. Second thought maybe here is, can we help our kids to enter into a great big world? By that, I mean, we can tend to be a little too focused at times in our own families and think that people's primary connection is to us and to how they make us feel. I think it's helpful if we can back up a little bit and say, you know what, this is a great big universe. God made this world. He made everything in this world, and he has a purpose and a plan for everything in this world, including your sibling, including you. He has a place and a purpose here in this world for you. Let's think just for a few moments what that place and purpose might be. What has he put inside of you that fits into this larger world? You spend a few minutes doing that. And you say, okay, let's broaden that a little bit from just you to, say, me. What are the things that you see in me that fit me into this larger world? I know that I'm not infinite. I know that I am not utterly gifted in every way possible, that I need to have everybody else that God's made in the world. But I also fit. And there's very important things in me. What do you see in me? And now let's think about your sibling or siblings and recognize the same thing that's true of you, the same thing that's true of me is also true of them. And that if you and I refuse to see that about them, we are actually saying God didn't fully work out his plan real well. Or we're saying that we're smarter than God is because we think that they really shouldn't be part of this world when he actually thinks that they should be. And then maybe third, along with that larger worldview, you need a way to practice this. I think of one thing that we've done in our family, which was that on each person's birthday, we would have a formal time of just encouraging and valuing them. And I remember the first time we did this, it was with my wife. Relatively easy. The kids were young. And I said, I want us to go around the table today on Mom's birthday and say something that we just like about her, something that's positive about her. It was really interesting to hear the different reactions. I remember the one reaction from my son, one thing, I can't think of just one thing. And he went on for a little while. That turned into something that we would then do for each different person during their birthday. It was just sort of an expected part of our family. What was really cool was the one year that we sat down, we had dinner, and one of the kids started this. And I thought, wow, this has really caught hold. And it's now part of who we are. My kids are grown. This is not something that we do as much anymore. But that same sense of learning to speak well of each other, I think, has rooted itself in a little bit.